And Bishop of Sokoto Catholic Diocese, Matthew Kuka, says former head of state Abdulsalami Abubakar has given respectability to Nigeria's electoral process through the Peace Committee. Speaking at a conference in honor of Abubakar, the cleric says the mandate of the Peace Committee is for the 2015 or was for the 2015 elections, but the committee still continues with it because of the credibility of the former head of state. He says all stakeholders in the country's political process agreed that the committee should continue with its mandate after the 2015 elections. He tips the former head of state for the Nobel Peace Prize, saying it is long overdue. And to discuss these political developments, let's bring in a rise analyst and senior lecturer at Baze University, Professor Abiodun Adeniyi. Very warm welcome and nice having you again on News Night.
Thank you, Christian.
Maybe we should start from the last. Yes, great job that Peace Committee has been doing, and particularly in the 2015 general elections and subsequent elections in the country, whether off-season or not. I'm talking about the General Abdulsalami Peace Committee in the country. And a Nobel Prize, maybe, to cap it up?
No doubt, they deserve it. You know, they've been very exemplary, considering their pedigree as accomplished citizens of this country, you know, and of course, we know what political contestation is, you know, always very vociferous, you know, and of course, in several instances, they have succeeded in calming nerves, you know, because anywhere you go, anywhere they step on, you know, they are easily respectable citizens, illustrious citizens, influential statesmen and elder statesmen, as the case could be, and of course they've sustained their record of reputation as well. Largely, they've not been tainted in any circle, you know, and their interventions in national discourse has been very, very meaningful. So it's not bad if at some point they are being considered for that international laurel. I think it's something that we should actually pray for. So we'll just continue to wish them long life, General Abdulsalami, my Lord Bishop Kuka, you know, Onayeko and the rest of them like that. You know, they've done very well, exceedingly well. And by all means, they deserve all the credit that is possible.
Exceedingly well, yes, I picked that out. And let's look at political contestations. That's where we're going into now. Tanko Yakasai, again, is descended into the arena. He's going to support the chieftain of All Progressive Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and at the same time, he's saying that, look, no part of this country can produce the president or win the presidency without the support of the North.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's just, the elder statesman is just stating the obvious. The North has a large chunk, a significant chunk of the voter population of this country, and there's no way you can discount them, you know, in terms of political calculation. And do not forget, some of the most sophisticated crop of Nigeria's power elites also come from the North. So in terms of dexterity, you'll find them there as well. But that's not to say that you can also shove aside any other section in terms of power calculation. Of course, that's also envisaged in the Constitution, which says that you should have simple majority into a third you know, of the 36 states of the Federation. So which means that however it is, you still need every section of the country coming into the calculation in the process of deciding who leads us. You know, and overall, I don't imagine any presidential candidate from any part of the country for that matter, you know, wanting to become president or becoming president, you know, without counting in the support of every section of this country. You want to be a president of all, not a president of a particular section. The North is powerful, no doubt. So, elder statesman Tanko Yakasai has hit the nail on the head. It's okay, you know, I mean, it's also about inclusion and integration. Just making sure that whoever is going to rule us next, you know, must have the support of the entire section of the Nigerian population.
Okay, great. But it looks as if, well, maybe because the year is gradually winding down, coming to an end, but the political machinery of the 2023 contestants, or let's use your word, contestation, seems, you know, to slow in coming up. But Okorocha is on the roll already, making foray into, you know, the heart of the North, Kano State, and of course, he speaks Hausa fluently, haven't grown up in the North and the rest.
Yeah, it's interesting really, because 2023 is coming. It's another festival of democracy, and where we're headed into this kind of festival, you see all kinds of manner of interest playing up, and they have the legitimate right. But we can't also rule out the fact that in this kind of process, it's also very easy to separate the wheat from the chaff with the fullness of time, and we can situate them appropriately. There are people who we know are actually the possibles. There are people who we appreciate as being the probable, and people that are probably wishful thinkers or probably delusional, without being disrespectful of any one of them. All these things, all these politicians will conflate, but near the time, we'll be able to know who is likely to be our next president. But of course, we can design properly. We know those who can be and those who will not be. But let's have all the gladiators coming on stage, and of course, it helps the competitive spirit. It's probably going to make the space much more vibrant, much more robust. Then we'll feel a moment of celebration once more, which is expected of a democratic process. And of course, that's what we're enjoying as a nation. So it's all right if we enjoy it in full.
Well, Professor Adeniyi, I think I love the words you've used here. Festival of democracy. Yeah. It's good that Nigeria, as a nation, as a people, we're really entrenching the tenets of democracy. But let's look at the agitation for not just the southern president in 2023, but coming from the southeast. They seem to be sleeping, to still,
where? Who's sleeping?
From the southeast.
Okay.
Where are the politicians from there, apart from Okorocha, who is, really beating the drums really fast?
I don't think they are sleeping. We have had aspirants indicating interest from the southeast. We have Professor Kingsley Moghalu. We have former Senate President Anyim Pius Anyim, and we have Senator Rochas Okorocha. Senator Orji Kalu is also there. One way or the other, directly or indirectly, we know they are interested, and some of them have actually come out to say, yes, I want to run. So by all means, they are not sleeping, and of course, some of the governors are also very interested. But again, it is okay for individuals to come out.
The feeling is that most of the governors are interested in becoming vice presidents.
No, that's simply speculative. Maybe we should be fair to them. But in this process, we all know that sometimes you go for number one first, and if you do not get number one, you take number two.
Even with the decimation, for example, of the leading political party then in the southeast, the People's Democratic Party, with only 2 states now. Who's going to give them the support to say they want to produce?
Anything can happen. It's a political process. It's very fluid. It might come out of some other kind of consideration. This thing is not just about elections. Sometimes it can also be about consensus.
It's a festival of democracy, just like you said. And we're inching towards there gradually.
That's right.
Professor Abiodun Adeniyi, thanks so very much for your contributions on the political discourse on Newsline. Professor Abiodun Adeniyi is a Rise News analyst and an academic with Baze University in Abuja.